As the wheel turns from Imbolc to Ostara, we see nature really coming into full blossom now. Ostara is celebrated on the Spring Equinox and marks the official start of spring for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. It falls between March the 20th and the 21st each year. We often think of the spring equinox as a time divided by equal day and equal night, but that really does depend on where you live in relation to the equator. The closer to it you are, the more daylight hours you'll see. The equinox is a moment in time when the sun passes over the equator and is ever so briefly perfectly aligned. Watching the sunrise is something magical you can do at any time of the year. But given the sun's importance on the spring equinox, it takes on special significance. And as with all Sabbats in the wheel of the year, we can spend some time watching how the sunlight falls on the natural world around us. Ostara is the official start of spring. The dark half of the year has now given way to the light half of the year. And so a way into the deeper meanings of this Sabbat is to spend time with and appreciate the signs of burgeoning nature all around us. The earth is waking up and, like us, is coming out of a long period of dark winter and dormancy. Taking a walk through woodland at this time of the year is particularly enchanting. We don't just see the return of the green, we feel it. Discovering seasonal folklore is another great way to experience the magical energy of Ostara. Like egg balancing, standing a broom on the spring equinox has become something of a folk custom. Some believe that the position of the sun in the sky at the spring equinox affects the gravitational pull, and for this day only, things such as eggs and broomsticks will stand upright on their own. As a symbol of new life and fertility, it's not surprising that the egg has become central to folk tales and folk magic related to Ostara. Ostara, the goddess of dawn, spring and fertility, lends her name to the Sabbat, and although very little is known about her, she is at the centre of a popular folk tale. It was winter time, and Ostara was walking in the woodland when she came across an injured bird. And in order to save its life, she turned it into a hare. The transformation, however, was surprising. Although the bird now had all the physical features of a hare, it retained the bird-like ability to lay eggs. And in return for the gift of new life, the hare decorated its eggs and gave them to Ostara. The themes of renewal, rebirth, and magical transformation central to this story can be taken as inspiration in our own activities at this time of the year. Now is the time to sow seeds. And although I've been growing things for many years now, I'm always utterly amazed at the transformation when a seed turns into the plant or flower or vegetable that it's meant to be. To sow seeds with intention means to think about things we want to see grow in our own lives, and to be really mindful of these things as we put the seeds into the soil. And just as we have to care and nurture our seeds in order for them to break into new life, so too we have to nurture the seeds of our own intention, if only by thinking upon them daily. Once our seedlings appear and continue to grow, they act as a constant visual reminder of those intentions that we set. This year, Ostara coincides with the new moon, and so it's an auspicious time to start seeds. Planting according to the lunar cycle is a very old tradition, and as a rule of thumb, anything that will grow above ground, such as broad beans, should be planted whilst the moon is waxing. Anything that grows beneath the ground, such as beetroot, should be planted when the moon is waning. In months to come, when you're sitting in a garden that you've planted with magical intention, you'll feel grateful that you sowed the seeds at Ostara. Gathering herbs and greens and bringing them into the home to use in decorating is also another really lovely way to enter into the magic of Ostara. The wheel has turned, and in clearing away the energy we created at Imbolc, we're making way for the new energy that we can create now for Ostara. And in helping to clear the energy, you could burn sage or an incense stick, or you could wipe down the surface of your space or altar with herbal water. Making your space aesthetically pleasing is of course important, but much more than this, it really is about creating an energy, a mood and an atmosphere. And it's always worthwhile to carry out a little bit of research about the greens and herbs that you're working with, and as you're laying them in your space, to think about what it is they represent. Lighting candles and burning incense really helps to create the energy. As the day gives way to night, it's a really good idea to record your thoughts in a journal. This could be a magical journal, one that you keep aside specifically for recording your thoughts and feelings about the Sabbats. And you can go into as much or as little detail as you would like. You could just have an entry where you list the things that you've done on the day, and it will be something for you to look back on. Or you could write about the intentions that you've set and get really clear about what it is that you want to see grow in your own life. We could also use this time to reflect on intentions that we'd set at an earlier time. Every year on the winter solstice, I like to make these Yule baubles, one for each of the 8 Sabbats, and I'll leave a link in the description box to a video where I show you how I make these baubles. But the idea of this winter solstice tradition is to set intentions for the year ahead. And it's really effective to write down your intention and pack it into the bauble along with anything that is meaningful to you. And we can read back over the intention that we wrote back at Yuletide and see if it has manifested. One of the best ways to experience and connect with the magic of Ostara is to sink into the magical energy that you've created. And this involves being present and just sitting with that energy. And really allowing yourself to immerse in the experience. And we can take that magical energy that we created into the weeks that follow.